Hey Taurus, we're going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it. Taurus, this is for like new love, singles, finding love, that kind of stuff. So, all right, Taurus, let's see what's up. Taurus. What is this? The Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Maybe you're waiting for something, okay? Could be. Or you're expecting something. That would be waiting. Well, is that, I guess there's a difference. All right, Taurus, let's see what's up. Taurus. Oh yeah, you're like, would it have been better? A little bit, okay, a little bit. King of Cups, yeah, I think you're keeping this to yourself, but there's a lot of stuff going on. I can feel that. I'm also getting excitement, but trying to act like you're not excited. I don't know what that's about, but I do the same thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. There's definitely something in that, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe it's like I don't want to get my hopes up. Maybe that's what it is. So let's see what's up here. Or maybe you're well, I don't know. Let's get into your reading. All right, Taurus. Okay, so you guys have the Two of Wands and you have it with the Starfish card here. It's kind of a nice combination. All right, this is showing up for like what you guys are kind of wanting in love, what you're looking for, that kind of stuff. So, all right, how interesting that you guys had the Three of Wands pop out or whatever happened there, and now you have the Two of Wands. So, okay, maybe taking like a little bit of a step back here, that kind of stuff. Okay, I think there's something where it's like, I wonder if you're wondering if you did something too early or too quick or something. I don't know. There's something like that. It's like, I'm like, what? It's hard to put into words, but there might be something regarding that. Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like all of these readings are about to like blend into the same thing here. All right. We've been doing acronyms, so I think we're going to kind of stay on that. I don't know if that's what's been happening, so that's what I'm sharing with you guys. So, okay, TWS, that might be something here, okay? I don't know, that might be something, like, that, I don't know, a trigger of some sort. You're like, oh, I know what that means, or I don't know, something about that, okay? Or yeah, there's other... I don't know. Let's see what's up here. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm not supposed to say anything? This is interesting. So Taurus, I don't know if you're feeling like this is secret. I'm not allowed to say anything or something like that. Cause I'll tell you, I feel that right now. I feel like I'm like, am I giving away confidential information? That's almost what I feel like almost like I'm going to get in trouble. So, all right. I don't know what's up with that, but all right. Let's see, Taurus, let's keep on going. So, all right, this Starfish card showing up for like what you guys are kind of wanting here. I think there is something that I think you're wanting, maybe a type of love that it's like, okay, this has potential to like, if something happens, we can like regenerate something or you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. All right. There might be something within that. Okay. That kind of stuff. I even wonder if there's something that, you know what I'm also getting is like being like what are we? Are we friends? Are we boyfriend, girlfriend? Like, so I don't know, something like that. All right. There might even be like talks of like, I want to know exactly what this is, you know, something about that. That might be part of whatever we're talking about here. All right. I mean, I also think that there's probably something to do with maybe this is with this Two of Wands here. I mean, this is like, you know, she's holding the world while looking at the moon. So it's almost like, I know there's something else. I know there's something more out there, but it's like needing to kind of like push yourself to maybe see that or to take some steps in maybe like an unknown direction or you know what I'm saying? Something about that. So, all right. It's almost, there's something where it's like, I feel like if you have something that you really like, whatever it is, I feel like you're like, I don't want a partner who's going to like put me down for that or who's going to like, I don't know, like stifle you or what, or like judge you in some sense or, you know, something like that. So, all right, let's see. I also think that there's something here that you're not really wanting to like put your own needs like aside anymore, or something about that. Okay, that kind of stuff. This could be like emotional, or I don't know, or just what it is you want to do in life, that kind of stuff. Right there, you might just be like, I don't want to feel held back. I want to have like a sense of like freedom while still being in a relationship. And by freedom, I mean freedom of like, oh, I have this interest, I want to do this, or I want to go, I don't know, do whatever the heck it is, and maybe this is like, you know, I want somebody to kind of like be there with me, or be like, yeah, like I'll do that too, or I understand that sounds exciting, something like that. All right, so you guys have the Tower card. This is showing up as what might currently be holding you back here. I think there was something you might have ignored in the past here. Is maybe there was like something where it was like, dude, this is happening now, or this is like, it's like the writings on the wall is almost kind of how I'm feeling with whatever is going on here. Okay, it seems like maybe there was something where like in the past, not acting on something like as soon as you wanted to, or not even as you wanted to, as you should have, or something like that. Okay, that might be something here. I feel like there's like an ignorance of, or like an avoidance of something, or there has been an avoidance of something here. Okay, that kind of stuff. All right, let's see. I'm also really I keep like this starfish, I keep seeing this as a pentacle. It's like an ace of pentacles. Okay, I don't know, I keep seeing that, so I don't know. I know it's a starfish. Okay, but geez. All right, we're gonna keep on going. All right. There's something about being okay with changes, or kind of accepting like an imminent change, something that is like, maybe this is the only way to kind of do this, or it's like, you know, I don't know. Again, either you didn't act on something at the time that maybe it was like, dude, this needs to happen like yesterday, you know, that kind of stuff. I feel like that's something that happened. Okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right. All right. I don't know if this is like ignoring the signs, or, you know, what's going on here. Because again, this is like kind of meant to be like a relation, or like a new relationship, like new love. But I was telling one of the other signs, like, not everyone's looking for a relationship. You could just be looking for a specific connection. Okay, so that could be part of whatever's going on here. So something that you guys are quite good at is kind of like you're naturally good at. You guys have the High Priestess. Okay, so you're obviously already naturally intuitive. But I'll tell you another thing, you're good at keeping secrets. Okay, and I don't know. This is again showing up for like a love reading here, but there is something where it's like, is it keeping secrets, or is it knowing when to frickin' tune everyone else out? That might be more what we're talking about here, Taurus. Okay, this might be, that might be, or it might be both. There might be both things kind of running around here. Okay, I think there's maybe something that you're like, you know what? I know when I'm just gonna friggin' tune everyone else out. That kind of stuff. Okay, definitely could be something in that. And you know something? I wouldn't be that surprised, because again, this starfish card here, it is kind of like, you know, talking about, again, like, I'm gonna say like sticking up for yourself, or not being like, okay, I'm gonna be a yes man, I'm gonna tell everybody yes, and then I'm depleted, and then what happens to me, that kind of stuff. You know, that's what I'm feeling. So that might be this High Priestess is possibly like being like, you know, I'm gonna tune out. I know what to tune out, and I know what to kind of keep to myself. Okay, there maybe is something that it's like, maybe you're feeling like somebody's trying to get like information out of you. That's what we were saying at the beginning of this reading, Taurus. Like, I felt like everything that I wanted to say, it was like, whoa, don't say that. Like, you're going to get in trouble, or that is way too private, or that is like confidential information, that kind of stuff. I think so. So you might know that might be what it is. You might be like, I know when I'm supposed to just be quiet, or again, it's like, I know when to like tune something out, you know, that kind of stuff. Because here's the thing. Your intuition, or I don't know if this, I don't know what the rules of this stuff is. Okay, I only have my own experience to go off of, but there's something about like, if you're getting like intuitive hits on something, or that you have an intuitive feeling, that can be watered down real quick if we start listening to everybody else's opinion about it, or if you're like, oh, here's my 2 cents on this, blah, 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 but they don't maybe have the same background as you, or they don't like kind of see things the way that you do, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, that can make you doubt your own intuition, that kind of stuff. And again, I feel like that maybe has happened in the past with this Tower card, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So, all right, let's see. All right, you guys have the 7, what the heck is going on here? You guys have the 7 of Swords. This is showing up as what to work on. So, all right. I wonder if you're omitting something to somebody who is already feeling like you're omitting something. And maybe it's like, you have to know that that other person is they kind of know that, they're kind of feeling that energy, like, oh, there's more to the story or something about that, okay? But it's just so interesting because it's like, this is counterintuitive, man. It really is, because it's like you're being told, well, we're going to clarify, but this Seven of Swords, maybe this is, you know what, we're going to backtrack. This Seven of Swords is representing you guys getting out of something on time. You know what I'm saying? It's getting out of something at the right moment before you can't salvage it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. So, all right, let's see what's up. All right. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I need to know when to, there's something about like whether it's what the payoff is going to be, and whatever that is. It's like, you know, maybe it's like noticing the signs. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, maybe being like, maybe studying something. I don't know if you should be studying a person. That feels a little invasive. But I don't know. I do think that this is like kind of working on when to come clean about something and kind of maybe admit something, you know, that kind of stuff. Be like, all right, I'm going to admit this, you know, that kind of stuff, especially for relationships. That's always going to be the best freaking thing. Okay. Like coming clean, that kind of thing. All right. And like being, you know, very honest, that's always going to be those always going to be the best. It's always going to be the best. Okay. Especially if, you know, if you're very intuitive. I wonder if somebody that you're kind of attracting here, 10 of Swords at the bottom, maybe they are extremely intuitive, or they get signs like the same ones over and over again to the point where it's like, I can't ignore this at all. This is overkill, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see what is going on here. All right. It's like, I can't help it. It's like the same message over and over again. It's like knowing when to act on something, or when something or some situation, person, maybe your partner, you, whatever the heck it is, something here where it's like, okay, it's at a level where it needs something. Like this needs something. Otherwise it's going to be a bad situation. That's something that it's like, we got to work on, kind of like maybe acting earlier on something. Okay, that kind of stuff. And I will also say with this intuition, or I'm sorry, the High Priestess here showing up as like what you're naturally good at. It also might be like, if you are feeling like an imposter, we have to stop that. We have to be all done with that, because that's going to friggin' block you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see anything that is suggesting like you're an imposter, you're fake. Like this is like, you didn't really earn that, you know, something like that. Okay. Moon card just came out like kind of like this. So I'm telling you, there are some fears that I think are being resolved, that kind of stuff. But there's something about hesitating going into a confusing situation, okay, that kind of stuff, or not trusting your intuition, or there's just literally fear about something, you know? So, all right, let's see. All right. Okay, all right, excellent. So, okay, first of all, you just got Spirit guides. I love this. That's awesome. So we're going to read your Oracle card first, just because I really like it. So, all right, you guys have Spirit guides, insight, guidance, and purpose. Friggin' love it. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So intuition, really important, okay? But also part of intuition is knowing when to not say anything, knowing when to ignore certain people, knowing when to listen to just whatever it is that you're doing, that kind of stuff, okay? I mean, that all of that stuff is like, that can be very much like intuitive, that kind of thing, okay? I also think you guys pick up on like nonverbal communication, you know, that type of stuff. I think there's something about that. So, all right, let's see. With the Tower here, you guys have the 10 of Wands. This is showing up for what is currently holding you back here. The Tower and the 10 of Wands. This is, again, the energy of something should have been acting on something sooner. You know what I'm saying? Before it's like, well, now it's this massive thing. So here's like an example. Pretend you have to clean your room, okay? And it's like, okay, it could have just been like a pile of laundry and some things or whatever the heck it is, but it's like, well, we waited, and then we waited some more, and I waited some more, and now it's like the thing that you have to clean up now is like there's toys everywhere and there's 10,000 piles of clothes or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. I'm like, I understand that. Okay, so there might be something where it's like, yeah, like kind of waiting too long on something, or what's holding you back is you are waiting for the climax, the pinnacle of something here, that kind of stuff, okay? That's also something that it could be like, yep, we're, you know, that's it. I feel like there is a confession or something here, okay? Like a moment of truth, or again, I kind of want to say a confession that has not been released or given or something. I think it's more so been maybe intuitively suggested, that kind of stuff, okay? I'm not sure. This is like interesting. I'm like, I don't know. It's interesting. So, all right. I'm also understanding where it's like, okay, ready? Like we've like cleared something like to 0 or whatever it is. And it's like, and now all of a sudden it's like, we have to like build it back up right now. Or so, I don't know, something like that. There's something regarding that. I'm trying to figure out how the heck this is a love reading is all I'm trying to do here, Taurus. Okay. Cause I'm like, I'm not sure. It feels more like I don't want to take any BS anymore reading, I'll tell you that. So, all right, let's see. With the High Priestess, you guys have the 8 of Cups here. This is showing up again for like what you're kind of naturally good at here. I think that you're naturally good at understanding when to walk away from something, or when something is going to be like, you know what, that's going to be a disappointment, that kind of stuff. But I feel like you're aware of that energy. And I also, at the same time, there's something here where it's like you know when to kind of like, maybe even give somebody some space if somebody is like, if like maybe this is like your partner, or, you know, whatever it is, like kind of, it's like I know when to kind of give somebody space, that kind of stuff, or when I should kind of move in and act on something here, okay, that kind of stuff. All right. Why am I also understand this? I'm like, how is this a love reading? I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure here, because it's like, I'm seeing this as like one of your strengths, being like, okay, ready? Someone's going to tell you something is lost, and you have to just tell them where it is by using your skills. Like, I don't know, something like that. So I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but I feel like that's something here. Okay. But again, I'm like, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're like falling in love with somebody who's like who's maybe just as intuitive as you are, that kind of stuff, okay? Because again, like, it feels like most of this is coming through with like intuition and kind of knowing when to give somebody space, that kind of stuff. I mean, that's kind of really what I'm feeling here. But there is this element that it's like, you're good at, again, knowing like, it's like, is this going to be a disappointment, or is this not going to fit, or something like that I feel like you just kind of know. But there's something that, again, it's like, you don't just tell everybody what it is that you have or what it is that you're doing or something like that, okay? There's something about that. All right, let's see. I don't know, maybe you guys are really good at like spotting something or finding something, like a detail or I don't know, something. I keep understanding you guys finding something that somebody has misplaced or lost, or I don't know, something like that. So, all right, let's see. I want to say the Frick collection in New York. I don't know. I want to say that. So I just said that. All right. Now that I got that out of my system, so let's keep going. You guys have the 7 of Swords and you have it with the 9 of Cups here. This is showing up for like what you might want to work on. It's also showing up with this Spirit Guides card, okay? So maybe this is something where it's like, we need to listen to our spirit guides, or this is like, yes, we can listen to our higher self, but we also need to connect with like something greater than that, you know, something that's like more experienced, more knowledgeable, that kind of stuff, or something that is like really kind of placed there to really help us, like guide us through something, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's something about that might even kind of lean into like belief systems, that type of stuff there. Okay. So 7 of Swords, 9 of Cups, again, showing up as like what maybe you could be working on here. Again, there's something about maybe it's like acting earlier, even though it might make you feel uncomfortable. There's something about that. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably for your partner, or for like your new love, or for finding love, whatever it is. It's like, we need to kind of like get out of like the things that only make us comfortable, that kind of stuff. Okay. That might be something here. There's also an energy of sharing, okay, or giving into something here, that kind of stuff, okay. it seems like you're good at noticing maybe when somebody is missing something, or a particular person is missing something, or, you know, or again, that like, okay, I'm walking away from this thing. I'm detaching, I'm leaving, something like that. It's like, I don't know, there's something you're really good about that. Okay. Maybe this is again, that energy of like, oh, everyone's kind of like throwing in their 2 cents, whatever it is. And you might just be like, you know what? I got to tune this out. I really do, for one reason or another here. Okay. That kind of stuff. And I wonder if this, maybe the tuning out factor is like, that's when you're going to get your information from your spirit guides or something regarding that. Okay. That kind of stuff. Really interesting. There's something about knowing when something's at its fullest potential or something is saturated. Okay. I'm seeing a sponge that has water just freaking coming off of it, man. Okay. So it's like, that's oversaturated. that's acid. It cannot hold any more water. That's got to be the hell they call it? I don't know, not an example, something, a metaphor for somebody, I don't know. All right, interesting reading. These are getting kind of long. These were supposed to be shorter readings. So, all right, that's what I have for you guys, Taurus. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.